Whew. This is this is tougher than it should be, but Klay Thompson actually is leaving the Warriors, man. Killer Klay. 13 years, 4 championships. I don't know how many All-Star appearances, some crazy injuries, some of the greatest performances just ever. And just like that, right? It's over. It's over. And apparently, it is a multi-team sign and trade that will send Josh Green to Charlotte. Still not confirmed completely how this will continue, but it's just it's just sad, man. I mean, if it ended like mutually, just both sides decided that it was for the better for both sides, right? And everything, it would have been much weirder than Clay taking a 3-year, $50 million deal with the Mavs and all the reporting that has been going around about the Warriors front office and about the Warriors and how they moved around Clay and how they tried to bait him into a lower contract, how they weren't upfront with him, uh, trying to paint Clay as the villain, which to some Dubs fans he clearly still is because some people feel like he's too arrogant. Obviously, the last performance and everything, but I did think that it could have been for the better if he moved on to a different team. Maybe it would rejuvenate him. It felt like that was too much for him here, like he was chasing his old self, right? But it should have never ended like this. This was the worst case scenario of all the endings. This is the worst possible timeline, and uh, uh, and it sucks, man, because Clay. Before the injuries, I loved him even more. It makes sense why the injuries made him a little more grumpier in a way, because I mean it robbed him of probably his prime, right? Because we all remember those 2019 finals, and he was special. He was single-handedly gonna pull us to a game 7 against the Raptors team before he got hurt. I'm so sure of it as of anything in my existence. Nothing I'm more sure of. Um, that that was the 3-1 comeback, man. But it just went the other way, and thankfully we got the chip that makes this still sweet as hell. But it sucks, and now Raymond's still on the team, and I fucking hate him. But I still wouldn't want him to leave. But yeah, time changes, man, and changes people. Success can change people, right? And everything, or enhance some of your bad abilities also, or unlikabilities. And now it's like that. And it's done, man. My favorite Clay game will always be that Chicago record-breaking game. I just it was such a bad year for me, and I was dealing with so many anxiety-related issues. Started going to therapy to try to work through things and find meaning in my life in a way, And basketball has been that for me. Essentially, it was the only thing I ever looked forward to back then, and that makes me incredibly sad when I look at it back now. But it was just a reality, man, and I remember how I was shaking from the anxiety. I was not able to sleep, and I was just so much in my head, and I couldn't figure myself out. I just couldn't, right? And then you know I watched that Clay game against the Wolves, and that was some of the best relief I've had during that time period when I struggled for like 2 years. But even that small moment helped me hold on, right? Helped me feel like I was someday gonna be uh, looking at everything differently. I was gonna be able to heal, even though back then I was just thinking, right, I'm gonna be okay eventually and uh, everything. But it gave me enough hope, right? And I'll forever be grateful for that team and for everything the Warriors have kind of done for me in a way. that way. And they came into my life in a perfect time where it helped me at least not lose myself completely in a way. And now it's just gonna be awkward, man, and it's gonna be tough. Whew. Can't believe it, actually. Actually heartbroken, man. Even though, I kind of wanted it to happen, but like I said, in some really mutually, you know, no hurt feelings way. Even though when I'm looking at it now, it was a naive way. I always thought they were gonna resign him anyway, and then it just didn't happen. And now it had to end like this. Anyway, the Warriors. Anyway, the Warriors are pivoting to Lauri Markkanen. Apparently, maybe we'll throw everything at him. We have signed the Anthony Melton to a 1 year deal, which is really great. Uh, a really great, uh, a really great uh, deal for us. The Anthony Melton is obviously, I would say, a really good deal for a 1 year, and I think he could get the Otto Porter stimulus, uh, 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 the Dante DiVincenzo stimulus, and I mean, if we trade for Lowry, uh, maybe, man, maybe it will work eventually, right? Uh, but uh, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. If I have better thoughts tomorrow, once all this thing settles, I'll I'll give them to you. But that's all I got. Thank you all. Be kind to yourself and to others, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.